Alright, so I've been holding this subject for past few days though, but it's just, but what what could be the subject and what within this bullshit regards? It's just that, oh, it's another episode of explaining that the Black Panther meme of we don't do that here, and people are all insisting on certain bullshit bright ideas that's on why that made the Call of Duty series terrible and whatnot, and we should never bother to implement this into the Battlefield series and whatnot. Oh, it's just people are all asking like, why aren't there streaks and whatnot? Because, bro, I'm sitting here. It's another episode of mice just screaming my brother in Christ to stupid people when it comes to the quirk side as a Battlefield. I mean, seriously, it's just that who needs the streaks when it's up to you? It's your verbal communication and your teamwork that's the bigger kill streak than it is getting actual air support, because also their gadgets and gizmos are the kill streaks as well, which help benefit your team and whatnot. For example, the recons are just portable UAVs though, but how many people are willing to actually bother to scout out like who's up ahead in advance and whatnot? Not a whole lot. Yeah, not a whole lot within that regards and whatnot, because there's so many features when it comes to whatever they have. Because I mean, I'm listening here, they have like little drones and whatnot that are used to hamper an engineer's like AT mine or something, or to scout out other recons. But you're just busy just trying to play these stupid games just to get the kills. So yeah, because of all this mayhem bullshit, because it's I'm sitting here, when it comes to old DICE products and whatnot, when it comes to trying to see which games actually remotely even had the idea of horrid kill streak ideas, what was it? Anyone remember playing the horrid Medal of Honor 2010 and whatnot? Not because that had streaks and whatnot, and yet that ran on the Frostbite. But how many people even played that game? Not a whole lot, because it was horrible for what it was. Yeah, for what it was. So yeah, and then after that, looking back to Horrid Hardline when that was a thing, that was a little horrible. Yet that someone had streaks, i.e., you get like you get perks though on the way, and that's about it. But let's see here, what else is there? And also those horrid ass like syndicate assignments where you have to get your reputation to level 4 10 fucking times. But how many times are people gonna get that legitimately? Not a whole lot, because I had to play really tiny servers and whatnot on what was that one mode where you just drive the cars and you could just get XP, because that's all I did. All I did, and eventually got to whatever the rank to win guns are. And then, and looking back to when Battlefield 1 was a thing and whatnot, yeah, it wasn't really tedious though, but you do get to have a feature but it's only for the tanks though, because i.e. you call artillery on yourself, because it's only for whenever you get overwhelmed, because the one time the level in the story was that they call artillery, but that's a whole different subject. And then fast forward to Battlefield 5, where that kind of had a streak though, kill streak system, where you rack up so many points. But who can use it? the squad leader because the V2 rockets just come crashing down and start leveling a whole giant chunk of a map to point out how destructive the game is on within the features. But as I said on Hardline, is like how many people even bother to play that game? Not a whole lot. So yeah, it's just maybe they're somewhat trying to do it, but at the same time not, because all in all, the games are once again per usual. It's supposed to be a tradition of just getting your head out of your ass and make sure your fucking teammates actually cooperate at the right time. But nope, nope. Too many people are just stupid people are just playing to get the kills because within that regards. So yeah, because I'm sitting here, like I'm sitting here looking back to when I was playing Battlefield 3 and whatnot. Like, oh my god, it's like when it comes to the immersion of everything, yeah, I have bothered to do nothing but drive any like aircraft and tanks and whatnot because to help buy the time of the super lengthy 1,000 ticket conquest though. But all in all, there's because when it comes to like the appeal of the series and whatnot, people too many stupid edgelords are all, oh, what's so special about these games at all? I'm sitting here, don't you ever want to drive a tank or something or a helicopter in the game on your own free will? And they're all that's all, and all the stupid naysayers all that's stupid. Well, I'm sitting here, well, it's fun by me because your loss is my gain on that bullshit because you'd think that it's no skill to drive things just to get your kills, but no, it's like that's what helps makes Battlefield even like get mayhem at all because you're using your it's like you and your teammates are getting their heads out of their asses on trying to figure out, how do we destroy this thing? Oh, have a whole team full of engineers with the RPGs, yeah, with the RPGs and whatnot, and just trying to blow it up, or some guy with C4. But we all digress because these these stupid people, because stupid people feel the need to just only use a simple frag grenade, and it's not. It's just being pebbles to a tank's hide. Made. But we all digress because it's. And then when it comes to people who just only play the game to snipe and whatnot, yeah. And as I mentioned earlier, on how it's all teamwork and whatnot when it comes to just constantly scouting out other snipers, yeah, you gotta remember sniping is a two-man job, so you gotta verbally communicate and whatnot. Besides also press the spot button because yeah, even if you fail to kill someone with a sniper, you gotta let your teammates know in advance that there's one. But it's just a foreign concept of trying to tell people well, anything because hmm, people are too arrogant on knowing what's on the screen. So yeah, that's what I gotta say because it's all in all, it's just so many things that are within these games that are just such a huge foreign concept because concept of verbal communication and teamwork. So, well, That's all I had in mind and whatnot because since the match is about to wrap up because it's just so many too it's all it's just another episode of just me complaining about how people who only play Warzone and whatnot just try out a different game for the once and they're all complaining like a Karen when in reality it's just that they just suck at the game and need to learn to bother to adapt because looking back to when I first played Battlefield 3, it didn't take long for me to like learn how anything worked and whatnot, and look what happened. I was able to score well so easily, even though all I've been playing is nothing but Conquest Large long before getting a capture card. So yeah, that's finally within that subject out of the way. I can try and actually get to a different meat and potato subject.